Hi, thank you for taking the time. Today I would like to talk about a program that we delivered for one of our prominent customers. And the customer is a BFSI client for us, and we've had a long-term engagement with this customer. And the key challenges, if I may pose, the customer was facing, as we all know, for any bank today, anti-money laundering, human trafficking, terrorist funding. So these are some of the bigger challenges that every bank faces. So these challenges, these threats, they are not just a threat to humanity, they are also a threat to the banks, because they are responsible to the regulators of the country and at a global level to ensure that the money is well spent. And how is that ensured? You have to ensure that the clientele that you are doing business with, they are using the money for the right purposes. So that is the intent behind the program. The challenges that we were facing was we had the bank is based out of 28 different geographical locations across the globe, and the way due diligence with the clientele, their clientele is performed is very different. It's not unique. It's subject to vary based on the regulations of the country. And we could see that looking at the audience, which is running into thousands of users across the globe, we cannot have a solution where the user is supposed to go and take trainings for an X amount of time, which is a lot of cost for the bank also. So it has to be optimized at a cost level. So what we came up as a solution was to give them a pre-learning material, which is going to be a blend of videos, which has to be animations, infographics, just to entice the learner. Because they are doing their day jobs, they have to make money for the bank. At the same time, they have to be trained on those guidelines. So we gave them something which is a bite-sized learning module, keep them enticed about the program, bring them in on the program. The second step was to give them a core learning program, which is a classroom, a blended ILT solution where they'll come in for 2 days, 1 day, depending on the nature of your work and the geography, the different departments you work with. And then you take that program. We have facilitators who will travel to those locations, give those detailed sessions to those learners, have them participate, have a teach back session with the different users we'll have in the session, and we'll send them back with some learning around it. With the pre-learning and the core learning done, with the ILT sessions done, what's there now? We need to check if they've learned what they were supposed to learn, and then go back and do their job and ensure the due diligence is performed the way it's supposed to be. So that again is a long process. We kind of propose a solution where we'll have an assessment for each of those individuals who have gone through a program, and we'll time it accordingly. So we'll have a batch of say about 1,000 users going into the classroom, come back, and within a month they'll be given an assessment where they'll be timed and checked on the different parameters, the learning aspect of it. And if they've cleared the assessment, they can go back and they'll get a certificate with, they've done the assessment with flying colors, you've learned everything you need to learn. And this information, this data can also be presented to the regulators of the country as a proof that the bank is now secure. The employees know how to deal with the client, how to ensure the due diligence is met properly. What happens to the other set of users who could not clear the assessment? We gave them very focused modules on those sections of the training where they did not clear. So they didn't have to do everything from scratch, and they have to just go and take that bite-sized module, come back and take the assessment again. So in a nutshell, we wanted to train about thousands of users, and we wanted to ensure that the entire training is unique in a way. It's done and delivered across the globe at a common platform, which it was not earlier. And we had to ensure that the per user spent of the bank on the training had to be optimized. We had to make sure the time they spent on the training was very minimal. And this program with this blended approach helped us achieve just that.